There's a lot of things in our life that we need to do to put God first. And today I'm not going to be I'm just going to be real with y'all today. Are you ready? The first thing that we need to do, I'm going to give you a list of 4. There's a lot more than 4, but I'm going to give you 4 today that are important, that have been taught to me, and I think we need to put it in play in our lives. And you say, well, how? I'm just going to go on. You ready? It's time to take control of your schedule. First thing, when it comes to putting God first, it's time to take control of our schedule. You say, what does that have to do with anything? Because when our life becomes a mess, it becomes out of balance. When we don't have a plan, that's one of the things that I'm learning from our friends from Russia that are here every day. They come to me and they say, what's the plan for today? What is the plan for tomorrow? What is the plan? And I'm like, I don't know the plan, man. Oh no, we're going to do something. It's going to be fun. It's something, right? You need to have a plan, because what happens if you fail? What's the statement? If you fail to plan, you plan to fail, right? If we don't plan to put God first in our schedule, if we don't plan to put God first in everything that we're doing, then we miss a lot of things that God wants us to do because we don't have time, or because it doesn't fit, or because we fly to this and that and the other, and then the things that are most important, we look back and they're gone. And we don't have that opportunity again. We need to understand that we have to have a method to what we're doing, and we have to think it out. If we're going to put God first, we need to take a hold of our schedule. Ecclesiastes 4:6 says this: better is a handful of quietness than 2 hands full of toil and striving after the wind. Better is a handful to only have a little bit with peace of mind than to be busy all the time with both hands trying to catch the wind. How many of you ever seen those wind tunnels where they put money in the bottom and you got goggles on, they put you in there? Do y'all know what I'm? Okay. You stand in there. Do you know, I'm just be honest, I found the best way to do it is to grab something with my right hand and stick it in my left and just keep it, right? And just keep it. Why? Because what ends up happening is I try to grab with both hands and I end up with a whole lot of nothing, right? I end up with a whole lot of nothing. Some of us are going through life with a whole lot of nothing because we're trying to just grab everything we can instead of holding on to God and allowing God to bring us through everything that we're going through. Everything. We need to understand we need to put God first when it comes to our schedule. Some of us need to learn how to say no. Try it with me one time. Say no. Now, that actually felt very good, didn't it? Let's do it again. No. No. You guys are getting good at this. Some of us need to learn how to say no. Why? Because we want to say yes to everybody. We want to please everybody. We want to help everybody, but in doing that, we miss a lot of things. How many of you know there are some good things you can do, and then there are God things to do, right? I can be so busy with good things that I miss what God wants me to do in my situation. I like to say yes to everything. I want to say yes to everything. And a lot of times I say yes to it, and then I can't fulfill it because I've said yes to too many things, right? We need to understand. We need to take hold of our schedule. We need to learn to say no to some things so we can say yes to the important things. Let me put it this way. We don't need to prioritize our schedule. We need to schedule our priorities. Let's put it that way. We don't need to prioritize our schedule. We need to schedule our priorities, and God should be at the top of all of it. Our time for getting in His presence, our time for getting in His Word, our time for spending some time in worship just with me and Him, our time for scheduling some worship time for me and my wife and my kids to do it together so that they understand what it should look like. We need to schedule those times and make sure that nothing comes in front of those schedules. Because what ends up happening is like, well, I'll get to it later. Well, this is a little more, I'll get to it later. How many of you know nothing's more important than spending time with God? And I promise you that if you put things in the right priority, in the right place, that you'll be able to accomplish so much more.